Hi and welcome back. So, in this episode, we're going to do a bit of an expansion of our already existing system. And before we start, there's a few things I left off. So the first thing is we're going to style ourselves a little bit so that we know who we are playing as, and we're going to make this guy look a little bit Austrian. So I think this looks pretty okay already. Yeah, actually I kind of like this, so why not? I'm gonna name him a little bit differently. Brown is a very English name. Let's call him Gruber. That's a very Austrian name, I think. And we're gonna call the Wilmark ob der Mur Transport. I guess that's okay-ish. So then we have the option to build our headquarter. And of course, I think if you're Wilmark ob der Mur transport, it needs to be located here in the city, so that's a given. I guess I will plant it right here in the prime spot here near the train station. Hopefully this will be city center near future. So yeah, that being taken care of, I think the next one that I want to take care of is sorting our trains. So we already have a fair number of trains here running, and I think it's only fair that we're more or less making a little bit of order here. So we're gonna go ahead and say we have Mitterbirgen to Wilmarkt. That is our first route, and this is a iron ore route. So we're gonna sort that in, and then we're gonna have also a steel route, and we will have a goods route. The steel route goes from Wilmarkt to Salvoren, I believe. I hopefully wrote that correctly. Salvoren. Let me just double check that. Salvoren. Yeah, it seems about right. Salvoren to Wilmarkt. And then now that we're doing that, we can definitely say this is the steel train. This is the last train I purchased, and yes, it's the goods train. I'm gonna plant that back here, and then those here are obviously all iron ore trains. And sorting it like this helps me like later on upgrade things more easily. So yeah, that is good. We also have a few, public transportation systems here, so we will just group that as passengers, and we will say Fahrzeug to Wilmarkt. Is it written with 2L? Wilmarkt, yeah. That's the first one, and the second one is Kleiner Wilmarkt to Wilmarkt. Those are our systems. So the first three were this one. Oh, that should be in that. And that one should be here. And then this one is there. This one is there. This one is there. And then we have one more, which is just goods transportation within Wilmarkt. And this one will be this. So now we've taken care of a little bit of administrative work, a little bit of ordering stuff. We're gonna run our game a little bit to get a little bit of money, and we're paid off about 250k of our loan. That's great, and we have about 20k in the bank, so we're doing pretty good, I would say. How is the good situation looking here? So there's still a few goods here stashed, so yeah, things are working out. I think the goal for this session is to expand our system to include the iron ore mines that are located all the way down here. I will run it a little bit at full speed just so that we can get a little bit of more money. So locating this iron ore mine and running a train route all the way around here into there, and then somehow up here, and then joining it up with the existing main line. That is roughly my plan of action. It will require quite a bit of money, which is why I would like to generate a little bit of it just by running the game a little bit faster here. Let's see about how things are moving about here. we're definitely profitable, I would say, by a pretty good margin. Last year we earned 50k. That's pretty decent. We are bottlenecked slightly sometimes by this bridge, but so far it's holding up. I think once we've done this expansion, Walmart accepts no alcohol. That's an option for the future to expand upon. Certainly. So I think we can go. I already scouted things out a little bit. Here it's actually pretty simple to build bridges, but we want to run the train down here and then up here, and that is definitely a slightly complicated route. I think we will flatten it out slightly here, just so that we are better at running it on the same level. So we will flatten this one out, and I do think we will continue to run double stations here just so that we can park 2 trains. I think initially we will not be able to afford running it as a double tracked route. I do think I will want to place it like here, to be honest, because I think we might build this as a larger station where we will feed later on more lines into from the other ones. I'm not sure yet, but that's at least the plan for now. So we will run it single tracked again because of money reasons. Keep bringing it up, but we're very, very poor unfortunately here in this game still. So running this here down there, and now all the way up here. This is such a long route though that it will be incredibly useful for us to double track this, or if we don't double tracking it, at least have a lot more passing options, because if you're running more than 1 or 2 trains here, they will just wait so long here for this track to be cleared, because the trains are running so slow here currently. And if we're going to double track it, we will have to run a lot of trains for it to be worth it. Otherwise it's just not economically to do that. So here's the question, how we get around this. So I think this might be a tunnel option. It's gonna cost us I think 30k. I looked at it earlier, so 40. That's pretty stiff. I think we can do it here. That's 30. Yeah, that's perfect. 30 is fine. Then we can flatten the ground beneath it, and we're gonna run only a single tunnel. Yeah, I think that's gonna be worth it. Tunnels are very expensive to maintain also, I believe. So definitely this one will be staying single track. It looks a little bit weird, but I hope I built the right tunnel. Oops. Okay. Alright. So we're gonna come out here and we're gonna have to join up here with the main line. Now there's a lot of like different options how to build a economic pass, but realistically we only want to go left here. So we could shorten this up, and I think I will, because I don't really want to build a very complicated system here to enable all different types of passing options left and right and make it super economical. This is like the most simple way you can build like a joining of 2 railways. That is not very efficient. Don't build this at home, kids, but yeah, it works. So let's go with this one for now. We are gonna go ahead and pull these ones down so that we can place a few signals. So yeah, this one we will have to get rid of because we do need to run this one up here so that everything can kind of pass into everything, even though we will only turn left from the bottom here. It definitely makes sense to plan everything out fully, I think. All right, so we're going to run here. So where are we going to cross that river? I guess we are going to go a little bit over here and then passing down here somewhere. something like that. Yeah. And I think as part of the infrastructure cost saving measures that we need to implement, we are going to single track it from here on. And this will be 8K. Not too bad, not too bad. But we couldn't afford 2 of them. Okay, and then we're going to join up here, and that's fine. Excellent. All right. Yeah, actually it's already basically workable without doing much more than that. We are going to just throw in a maintenance depot here, and we are going to throw in the 2 necessary things here. Now we have not enough money to actually afford a train because we are maxed out on the loan, so we are going to quickly speed this up and hope that we can get money quickly. But the additional infrastructure costs of maintaining this infrastructure down here definitely eating into our profit. So 22, it might be enough. This is like a iron ore train, right? Right. Okay, so I could quickly just clone this one. Then we're going to adjust it, and we're going to say instead of going to that iron ore depot up there, you are going to the one that's down here. Deleting that, full load, and let's go. We are definitely gonna need probably also, same as above, like 3-4 of those trains running down here to be economically viable. But this is all just, yeah, the beginning of the setup. I will open this up though. While we're at it, we can quickly add that one here as an iron ore train from Vösselkirchen to Wilmarkt. And I see there's an issue with the train, so let's not rush here. So this train was copied, so it actually is in the wrong sector. So we can just drop that over here. And it has not the ability to go. Why is that? It seems like it can reserve the track up to here. Interesting, let's see how it goes. It goes into the depot. Okay, there is definitely an issue with the track. Let me just quickly scan it. Here we go. Very quick to find. Okay. And there it goes. And yes, it runs very slowly through this whole long track, long stretch here, all the way to Wilmarkt. Just takes a long time. But here we go, we have already made 19. Let's see if we can get to 20k, and then we'll just buy another train. We're just barely breaking even on this whole operation. I think there's a problem that we need to track this a little bit better before we add more trains, because otherwise they're going to block each other on the top. Because if I put a second train here, it basically will block the upper section, that there's a train in the junction, and no other trains can move while a train is moving here on this lower section. So it's definitely very bad. But nonetheless, we will... Actually, it's not too bad, because we have this section here actually where the trains can wait. So it's actually okay. We just need to put like a few signals here, which we cannot afford because we are out of money. So let's just double speed that. And once we have a bit of money, let us put a few signals. So now these trains from above, you see they're blocking in the section here. Actually, this is really bad. Yeah, This is really bad. So let's just reverse this one out. Let this one go down. So how are we going to resolve that one? It's actually quite unfortunate. I guess we'll just build that second bridge. I could do something with the signaling to resolve that better, but I am a little bit not so happy about that. Yeah, I'm just gonna resolve that by making that secondary bridge. Yeah, we're slowly, the money is slowly rolling in. The iron train just passed us. And here we have another blocking situation. Those are getting increasingly common here with this, unfortunately. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that, like, manually for now. How are we looking with the money? We are at the max loan. I'd like to go down the loan a little bit just so that we have the ability to get some money in case we really need it with the loan. Yeah, it's looking really good. So let's just try to aim for that second bridge. Oh, it can't find a path. That's just because it's been waiting for a long time. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff lying down there because the pathway up is just blocked. So that's another issue. Let's try to resolve both of them this episode quickly. But we're gonna need more money for both. We're desperate for more money, as always. I really want to pay off that loan as well, but in the interest of kind of exponentially growing, the more things you add, the more industries you add, and the more quickly you generate money as well. And right now, using other people's money, using loans, is still very economically viable, and I'm kind of in this early phase where I kind of want to abuse that a little bit to get the speed here in this Let's Play going. Now we're kind of stable above the 40k almost, so we can build that bridge quickly. We have a little bit of loan reserves as well. So yeah, let's do that. I think what we want to do here is just quickly lower this section here, which is super expensive. Everything that has to do with water here in this game is prohibitively expensive, so you don't want to mess with water. So we need 13k here to build that nice bridge. Gonna have that in a second. There you go. Now just generating a little bit more money so that we can build the tracks as well. Oh, come on. We're really abusing the system here. I will just get this loan going and then we're gonna build that connection here. I think it is just worth it. Here we go. And there we go. And after this train passes, we can just quickly sever this connection and then build this one. There you go. And I'm building 2 more signals here. I think that should be great. Because now we can do 2 trains kind of come in and out there's not going to be any traffic jams anymore. It will definitely speed things up. As you can see, the throughput here on this section here is increased so much. So this is awesome. And then the next step here is that this train here is right now waiting because this section is blocked by this train, which is in the first place ridiculous because they're both traveling in the same direction. But that's kind of how the system works, unfortunately. So we are going to quickly double track this lower section here because I think that should be pretty easy. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And we're gonna go here, here, here. The little village here will be very happy that now a lot more freight is gonna rush by their windows and a little bit closer even. So then here, here, and then, well, here we are messed up a little bit, but that's okay. Let's not be dissuaded by that. And we are going to move that little hill out of the way, and now we're a little bit too tight on the money again. So let's just quickly run that a little bit more high speed. Yeah, we're definitely bringing in the money. It's just a question of yeah, sustaining that. We're almost out of this little early phase of the game where things are very odd with the money situation, and then we can focus on actually strategically expanding our business. Alright, 10k, the whole crazy. Yeah, I really needed to get this done a bit smarter. This whole section doing it in one go definitely was not a good idea. I will actually, now that we're kind of running them in the same way, I will just tell them like to ignore the red light here and just go. It's a bit dangerous because the other one can have an issue, and then this one will run into the back of it and there will be a train crash. So let's hope for that not to occur. What is the issue here? Like, this is just the goods train or what? No, this is just because it has to wait a long time on the single track. There's no real issue here, I think. Okay, now we're kind of back into business. And when we are, let's just quickly take care of the situation down here. We still have a little bit of unfinished business here. That already took out almost all money. Alright. Let's just quickly run that. Sorry, this is getting a bit tedious. I didn't expect that this would be such an issue. But here we are. So now, what we need to do is just track the signals, which I cannot afford again. But already they're kind of intuitively through pathing using both of those ways, which is okay. It's just not the ideal way. So we're gonna map here signals, and that should place the signals all the way, which means we're double tracked until here. Then this part is single tracked, which makes sense. And then this part here again gets double tracked, and we will place some signals here to make it easier. And now we are in a good state, more or less. So let's just keep the game running for a tiny bit to verify all of that and see that things are working. We also optimized here this bridge section, which is awesome. And hopefully we can now generate a little bit of money so that we can repay our loan. Let's just see that. So yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty darn good. We're making money pretty well. We're running definitely not enough trains on this lower route, I would say, because we have a lot of money left over here, and we also forgot to replace that one maintenance hut that I destructed earlier. We do want to have some maintenance huts here. So I will just buy another train down here, so that we have a third train running. I think it's definitely required. And now this third train is waiting for loading while the second train here is coming in, which is, I guess, not ideal, but I think it will kind of work its way out. Right now we are transporting very little because there's never a train waiting, and as soon as trains are waiting in the station, the amount it produces will actually also be ticking up. So we are actually, yeah, I think transporting more here, which is great. I think the real hack will be once we provide engineering supplies, because as soon as you provide engineering supplies, it will double, triple, and quadruple the amount it produces. But the only downside is engineering supplies on this map. Let me take a look. I think they are located somewhere here. Don't remember. There's like a harbor that you need to get them from. Yeah, here. So this is where engineering supplies come from. You can transport them from here, but you can see how freaking far that is. So the only realistic way to transport them is actually by ships, because I'm not going to build a railway route all the way over there yet. That is way too crazy. So the railways are way too slow for that. Well, ships are also slow, to be fair. But it's an option. We could ship some engineering supplies, maybe from down here. This one is going to be a good train actually for us. So let me just check that. Running costs. Yeah, this upgrade will be really worth it, but it will come out in a year. And right now these initial versions, they're always kind of lower quality. So I will just skip on that. But we could bring some engineering supplies, let's say somewhere here where we have like railway connection anyway already, and then put it on rails and bring it to every of those industries. I think that's probably a good topic for either the next or the episode after, just to increase our throughput. It will really, really help. And I'm looking forward to better trains for especially the steel train. It's definitely needed. And yeah, we are in a pretty good spot at this point. So I will just repay our loan a little bit more. And once we are here below 200k, we'll call the episode at that point. But thank you very much for watching. It was a pleasure, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this develops a bit further. Now, don't disappoint me. Let's just quickly finish this up. and kind of, there we go. So yeah, we're making bank, 50k again, a little bit less, but we had a lot of expenses in building, as you can see, new vehicles, construction the previous year. We're definitely increasing our profits, very much so. So again, thanks for watching and bye bye.